The Hillsboro football team returns a group of young and old in the 2015 season. Starting up front, they'll have 4 new offensive linemen. Junior Corey Walsh is the lone returning starter. They expect junior Kane Cochran to take over as center, junior Jacob McNeese to be a tackle, and senior Ben Eppel to play the other tackle. Junior Dominic Aguado and senior Robert Lewis are in a position battle for the other guard spot. Head coach Lee Freeman says they're adapting to their increased roles.
Right now, the only thing they have to worry about is adapting to the speed of the game and making sure that they're physical enough. And that's our job as coaches, to make sure that that's happening, make sure that they're getting off the ball and doing what they need to do offensively.
One of the biggest losses for the Hawks is the graduation of running back Chris Walsh, who tallied over 1,600 rushing yards and 30 touchdowns last season. However, they returned many other skilled players, with Sam Mock returning as quarterback, Trey Terry as running back, Alex Warren as fullback, and Drew Bassand as a wide receiver. One of their new players coming out of the backfield will be senior Clay Vasali. He feels they still have great offensive firepower.
We're really counting on Trey and myself to step up, and along with our fullback, Alex Warren. And, Sam can run the ball well, too. But I think we're definitely going to expand on our passing game this year a little bit. So I think that should help out a lot, too.
Last season, Hillsboro ran for nearly 4,000 yards and threw for 556. Freeman says they may throw it more this year, but won't change things up completely.
With Sam being a little bit older and us having a senior wide out there, and we've got some young guys that can catch the ball and run some routes also. So basically we're going to do whatever we can do to have any kind of success, and we're going to kind of look and see what defenses are giving us.
Defensively, they returned 7 players, but a lot of those players will be in new positions. Sam Mock will move from outside linebacker to safety and become the quarterback of the defense. Vasali thinks the changes they've made will pay off.
I really think Sam moving to safety is definitely going to help out a lot. I'm confident with him back there. And then Drew Bassand starting at the other corner, I like that. And we got Trey now outside linebacker, so I'm confident with the guys there.
One of the spots they're still trying to fill with the right person is outside linebacker. Freeman says they ask a lot from those players.
That position is really tricky for us, and it seems like we always have trouble finding guys there because they're asked to do a lot of things. They have to play the run, they have to play pass, just like most people on defense, but they're edge setters for us. They're kind of force players and contain players, so they have to be a little bit physical, but they also have to be able to move. So you want a bigger kid that can kind of move there for us.
Freeman feels that they're deep in some spots and lack depth in others. He says that's something that they're never sure about until the season starts.
There are some guys right now that may not be on the radar that may step up in week 2 or 3, and you're like, hey, you know what, that kid can play. So that's the guys that we're looking for. Those are the guys that have helped Hillsboro have the success that they've had in the last recent years, is the guys that you weren't really counting on at the beginning, but they end up being a starter or a role player or someone that steps in and kind of picks up the slack for people with injuries or that may have something nagging on them or whatever the case may be.
The Hawks have reached 3 straight district championship games but have lost the last 2. They also missed a share of the conference title last year. Freeman says they don't look ahead to the postseason or set those end-of-the-year goals.
Right now, the goal for us is to get through camp and make sure that everybody's on the same page as far as what their responsibilities are. And then once we get into the season, the goal is to just try to improve every week. Wins and losses count. However, the longer into the season you go, the more pressure there is on those wins.
Overall, the Hawks will be experienced in some spots, but still very young in others. Freeman thinks they have great potential and great players at the top.
I think we've got a strong group of seniors. I think we've got probably some of the more vocal leaders that we've had in a while here at Hillsboro. And then we've got guys that have been working their tail off, so I hope that their hard work pays off for them is what, that's the goal of the season, to get a little bit better every week, and hopefully you can still be playing in November.
Hillsboro opens the season on the road against St. Louis University High School. Reporting for Regional Radio Sports, I'm Tommy Self.